Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Ducktales 2, Life is Like a Hurricane, etc., etc. Licensed titles on the NES and Game Boy were more often than not very low on quality, as companies were quick to license out titles to whoever wanted them. But there was one major exception to this, Capcom. Capcom got the licenses to a whole lot of games and for the most part, created extremely fun and memorable games out of them. Chip 'n Dale, Little Nemo, heck, even Yo Noid was alright. Capcom was the king of the platformer at the time, so when their name was attached to something, you expected some high quality. And we're in even better hands because the Ducktales games were some of the best that Capcom ever produced for the NES. With great gameplay, good graphics, and one of the most memorable soundtracks on the system, it was arguably the best non-Mega Man Capcom game of the time. And while the second game took things in more of an adventurous route than a straightforward platformer, it was still a well-received game. So given everything surrounding this game, yeah, I'll admit it, I have high expectations. And, as you'd expect, the cover is wonderful. There's good old Scrooge McDuck off on an adventure with... Wait, who is that? Angus? Fergus? Shoot, that show had like 50 side characters. Well, time to solve a mystery and rewrite history. We are crashing into DuckTales 2. Disney and Capcom, two companies that worked very well together, actually. Don't interrupt Scrooge's beauty sleep. Uncle Scrooge! Uncle Scrooge! I can't remember their voices. It has been a long time since I've actually watched the show. Hey, the reboot's good. Paper in the basement. I bet it's a map. It's always a map in these games. See? I told you. I think we're gonna have to go on a quest to find those pieces. Fergus! Was that the one on the cover? Or was it God, there's so many characters. Anyway, it's time for... DuckTales 2. I just have a really good feeling about this one. Music is perfect. It's like as good of a conversion as you could possibly get for Game Boy. Let's stick with normal. Hey, Launchpad! Niagara, Bermuda, Egypt, Moo, Scotland. Let's do Niagara. This is Niagara Falls. To get across, you'll have to jump from log to log. The legend says the fabled crystal flower blooms every 1,000 years on the far side. Let's go get it! Oh, no! Damn it, Flint Heart. Here we go. Ooh. That's actually a really nice waterfall effect. Okay. This is how you play DuckTales? Oh, hello. Whack. Yeah, it's exactly as I remember it. Scaled down a little bit and a little more laggy than the NES version, but that's to be expected. Oh! Okay, don't jump on that thing. So what makes this game different from the, from DuckTales 1 is that this one has more of a non-linear effect. Hi, Huey and or Dewey and or Louie. What'd I get? What? Follow the signpost to get to the secret treasure. Oh, cool! It's explaining everything. Power item? Oh! There's upgrades. Oh! What have I done? Can I make this? I can't. I don't know how similar this is to the NES version. I'm really curious if it's like a straight port or a slightly different version. This time. Oh, you're screwed. Haha! Haha! Goggles? You found some X-ray glass. I can see where all the hidden items are. Oh, cool! Hi. I fell onto your head. How you doing? You know the nice thing about this, and this is gonna sound weird, I don't have to do much critical analysis. It's a Capcom platformer game for the Game Boy. There's going to be a level of quality here. Hey, I saved you. Here, take this iron adapter. You can use it on things that wouldn't break with an O. Oh, cool! So I'm just slowly powering myself up. I mean, it's not exactly, you know, a revolutionary game. It doesn't have, you know, fantastic graphics or, you know, world-changing gameplay, but it doesn't have to. It's just being a really solid adventure platformer. It just sort of looks like the goal of each level is to find pieces of the map. I actually think I might go to another level. I just want to experiment some more and look around at some of the other stuff. Hey, Launchpad. You want to go home? Oh, perfect timing. Nice animation, too. It's funny, I don't have much to say because there's really not much to complain about. Oh my god, they're selling cake for $200,000? Inflation is crazy nowadays. Let's go. Where do I want to go next? I mean, we have to do Scotland. This ancient castle is ruled by an evil sorcerer who guards a secret treasure known as the Lamp of Eternity. Well, that'll happen sometimes. There's like an echo effect on this song that really you don't hear much of in Game Boy games. Ow. Uh-oh, spikes. Uh-oh, spikes. It might also be... Hey, it's moving. Aha. It's much less a straightforward platformer like the original. It's much more focused on the adventure. Well, let's check one more level before we finish up, but... Again, I don't have much to say. It's just another quality Capcom game. Ancient tale told of a treasure called King Khufu's Knife. Uh-oh. Oh god, what have I done? Man, I never had this game as a kid. I kind of wish I did now. I kind of wish I do now. This is a lot of fun. Oh, hang on. Hello, tiny child. How's it going? I just fell in a hole. There's a lot of traps here. Better be careful. Okay. So each level kind of has a bit of a gimmick. Uh-oh. What evolutionary cul-de-sac did you come from? Right on this, push it down. There's like a lot of detail and just a lot of little things in the game. Ooh. Okay, it is maybe a little too much for the Game Boy to handle because it's slowing down like crazy right now. So you just go around finding treasure and pieces of the map, and then... I'm assuming once you get all the pieces of the map, it unlocks the last level. Hey, Launchpad! Was this a good idea? Oh my god! I'm a genius. Haha. Yeah, it's a great game. I'm really, really enjoying this one. You go around, you grab treasure. It's just DuckTales. Everything you remember about the original NES one, just scaled down pretty well. Man, every day Capcom was out there making good games. Okay, I'm done with the theme song jokes now. I can actually sum this one up in one word. Great. It was the perfect encapsulation of everything Capcom was good at. Platformers, game design, sprite design, and music. The controls were spot on and easy to use. The level design was simple and intuitive, but provided a nice challenge, and the gameplay lent itself to powering yourself up and exploring to find new areas, almost Metroidvania. And of course, that music. The DuckTales games were known for their music, and it scaled down to the Game Boy flawlessly. And what really made it was all the details. The little animations as you unlocked new paths to pursue. The dialogue actually giving you hints on what to do. The characters you run into who actually look like the characters they're supposed to, which is actually kind of a novelty for the time. Everything just worked, everything looked and played well, and I was more than ready to start exploring each world and finding all the treasure I could. It was everything a Game Boy game should be. This is a very unsurprising result, but DuckTales 2 is one of the best games I've played on Game Boy Roulette. But what else could you expect from Capcom? It was practically set in stone that this one would end up great. But sadly, one mystery remains unsolved. Was that Angus or Fergus? And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to subscribe so you can follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy Vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.